business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Well, hello, it's Marlon Big Fave Favorite with Inside the Trenches podcast. Are you looking for a brand new car? Or you're tired of what you're driving around in? Or you just need wheels? Well, if that's the case, you need to visit Montero Motors, 1512 North Causeway, Metairie, Louisiana. At Montero Motors, our buddy Alberto will get you in a vehicle that fits you that day with no problem. They have vehicles that are pre-owned. You could do a trade-in that day and ride off in something that day. Visit MonteroMotors.com for more information and let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches podcast. Hello. Are you looking for your dream home? Well, if that's the case, you need to contact Joe Picolo at Godwyn Realty, right here in New Orleans. Joe can put you in your dream home right away. Joe Picolo and the folks over at Godwyn Realty put you in the house that you need. Even if you're looking to invest in some property, they'll do an excellent job with that as well. Contact Joe today at 504-251-8341. Again, that phone number is 504-251-8341. And also contact Joel at joel.godwynrealty.com. No need to dream anymore. Godwyn Realty will put you in the dream house of your reality. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Fave Favorite.
Come on. This is what you wanted, girl, and I'ma give you what you're looking for.
I'ma give you what you're looking for. I'ma give you what you're looking for.
Hey.
When I tell you the burgers are delicious, has some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small slides. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring your family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my small slides, I like to Bella must have did this beat. Where you at? Let me get that hand clap. What? Yeah. Come on. Let's get it. Big dog. Big as a gorilla. West Bank, man, I grew up by that villa. You either ball or you basic or racist. Big fave, man, I made it in them trenches like big dog. Big as a gorilla. West Bank, man, I grew up by that villa. You either ball or you basic or racist. Big fade, man, I made it in them trenches. It was either ball or A-school, go hard or break rules. West side of town, it was hard to make moves. Hustle from 5:30 morning to late noon. Business by day, at night you turn goon. Ride around and getting it, up and down them switches. 4 down in inches, man, you gotta get this lick in. 3 kings on honor roll, plus you gotta pay tuition. Nobody crying, dog, ain't handing out no tissues like big dog, big as a gorilla. West Bank, man, I grew up by that villa. You either ball or you basic or racist. Big fade, man, I made it in them trenches like big dog, big as a gorilla. West Bank, man, I grew up by that villa. You either ball or you basic or racist. Big fade, man, I made it in them trenches like big dog. Played up in the league. Hustle hard, had to take care of my seeds. Working daily, just to make the team. Do my thing, dog. Big dog in them trenches. Hold it down, man. I'm back up on them switches. In the morning, man, I gotta get them digits. Deli boy on the track, it's official. Big dog, I pad in my pencil. Big dog had to make it in them trenches. Master P, dog, the way I like to hustle. 6'1" plus I got a lot of muscles. On the line of scrimmage, dog, I'm bringing trouble.
Take the next step at Step Construction.
West Bank, man, I grew up
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast.
Tune into the ESPN app. Call two of them, let's get it.
3:30 for the FanView Podcast.
Big dog, big as a gorilla. West Bank, man, I grew up by that villa. You either ball or you basic or racist. Big fade, man, I made it in them trenches.
Hello, somebody.
Big
It's
dog,
Marlon Big Fave
big as a
Favorite
gorilla.
Inside the Trenches podcast.
West Bank, man, I
need a
grew
quick
up by that
car wash?
villa.
Well, if that's
You
a
either
yes,
ball
you
or
need to
you
visit
basic
Crown
or
Car Wash,
racist.
1336
Man, I made it in
Stumpf,
them trenches like
Gretna, Louisiana. On the West Bank, baby. Crown's the best. You get a spotless wash. All of our listeners, everybody check us out on New Orleans Talk Network. All of y'all who streams us, we appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. All of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody check us out on New Orleans Talk Network. All of y'all who streams us, we appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon, Big Favorite with Inside the Trenches Podcast. Do you need a quick car wash? Well, if that's a yes, you need to visit Crown Car Wash, 1336 Stumpf Boulevard, Gretna, Louisiana, on the West Bank, baby. Crown's the best. You get a spotless wash, nice clean tires, reasonable pricing, and free vacuuming. My favorite part about Crown Car Wash, they open 24/7. That's right, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can visit Crown Car Wash on the West Bank, baby, and let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches Podcast with Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now. Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right. When you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. It's the host of Inside the Trenches Podcast, Marlon, Big Favorite. Did you know Small Sliders had an app? You can go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store right now, download the Small Sliders app in Marrero, and order your food right now. You want to get a number 2? Well, slide through. 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage.
El Nola. Y'all can check us out weekly here at Small Sliders as we talk sports and entertainment right here in the city. Later on in the show, we'll have the folks from Hash It Out Pod, VK and Jared's going to come on and talk a little high school football in hour 2. But right now, we really just got to talk about these Saints and what's going on. I'm pretty sure everybody saw this, but just in case you're riding home and you didn't get a recap of the game,
Right.
the Saints lost 51-27 at home against the Buccaneers. The score is very deceiving. Things got out of hand in the fourth quarter. But we're fortunate here at this show because we have a guy that travels with the team and goes to just about all the games. CL, you were in the Superdome. You felt the atmosphere. You went through the roller coaster of all 4 quarters. Man, what happened? What happened?
Well, definitely a roller coaster of emotions. I can tell you this, in the first quarter when they got up 14, it was somewhat like a repass going on in the Dome. The Dome was very quiet. They were very unsure of what was going on. And then in the second quarter, the New Orleans Saints scored 27 points in the second quarter. So clearly, it was the opposite of a repass. It was a celebration at that point in time. You know, we take it to halftime, we come back, and we dead on arrival, you know.
And that was, I thought the energy in the second quarter was good. I mean, we scored a total of 27 points. We had turnovers going on.
Right.
And I thought for the most part, the defense did an exceptional job. Like, if you legit go back and watch the game and look at the chain of events, the Parsons Debo interception, the Abram interception,
Right.
the Cam Jordan interception,
Right.
you know, big play by I want to say that was Saunders who got his hand up, batted the ball. For the most part, defensively, we played good, but when we needed to play well defensively, we didn't make the plays. And then there was the turnovers on offense, right? I mean, you got a rookie quarterback in there.
Well, I think you're going to have turnovers in a football game, and you're going to have a range of emotions and momentum shifts. I think the issue more for New Orleans was that we didn't tackle very well on Sunday. And to have, and I guarantee you, and I look at the numbers, I might glance at them, but I guarantee you this game was the most tackles missed in all games this year. And the one game I believe, and we never can fault the defense because all year, even last year, but all year this year, the defense has been our hard hat that we carry around with us. But the game that we needed the defense to show up in the most, starting a rookie quarterback, it went flat. But we did see the potential of a rattler. But definitely, I think the injuries are starting to catch up to us. You know, still, I think in football, I don't think everybody still understands how important losing McCoy happens, you know, because you win the game at the line of scrimmage. You win the game inside the trenches. Pun intended.
Pun intended. Hello.
And when we
I'm
lost
sorry.
that guy, you know, it was momentous. Please.
No, CL, you made a great point. Losing Eric McCoy, not having Taysom Hill. We have a ton of injuries, not having a big target receiver. I mean, that's not necessarily an injury, but it is a serious situation.
We miss you, Mike.
Hey, I keep seeing a little meme out there where they got Mike holding like a food call, like a little feed me sign, like outside the dome. But, you know, incidentally speaking, those big plays, you need a big possession receiver. That play when Chris Olave had got concussed, I mean, you put a bigger receiver right there, I think we have a different outcome. He's just so small, but he's targeted so many times by our QB.
You know, I wonder sometimes, do we get that arrogant or we get that bold that we can recreate the wheel? You know, in football is one between the line of scrimmage. Who's going to move who? Can you run the football? Can you stop people? Can you hit people harder than they hit you? Can we tackle and can we defend? I think we try to sometimes recreate the wheel. You know, when I've asked all year, even through a training camp, and the crew can also atone to this, who was going to be our 50-50 ball man? Who was going to be the guy when we needed a first down, when we needed a play that we knew was going to get us a first? Who would be that guy? And I think when the film comes out and they see, okay, we're going to go to Olave on third down, he got concussed because he got hit by two guys. And
he
the
caught
ball
the
comes out. He cut the ball. He gets hit. He gets concussed. Then the ball comes out. They pick it up for a running touchdown score.
And it kind of goes back to, and if y'all guys are just tuning in, you're listening to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite Wright. Probably got the coolest co-host in the city, my man, CL Nola. And we're talking Saints. Feel free to chime in. You can call us 800-998-1003. We have a couple of guests coming on a little later, as I mentioned earlier, to hash it out. Show guys are going to come on, and then I expect my man Sheldon to call in and give us an update on his thoughts on this Monday night game. We have a game tonight, 7:15 p.m. ABC, so you don't have to have the big-time cable. It's going to be on ESPN and ABC. The Jets take on the
Bills.
The 2 and 3 Jets taking on the 3 and 2 Bills. I can't wait to hear you chime in on that game. But, man, let's take it back to the Saints. You brought up Eric McCoy. A lot of folks don't understand how important he was at that center position. Now, they did bring in McGovern, who has a lot of stats. First-round draft pick to the Cowboys years back. So
Played for the Jets.
Played for the Jets. He has that experience. But, you know, when you look at what happened, I mean, let's go over the actual scoring drives in this matchup. The Saints, I need y'all to hear this. The Saints did not score in the first, the third, and the fourth quarter. There's the difference maker right there. What happened offensively for us to not score in those quarters? What was so magical? I know we had a number of turnovers in the second quarter, but we had at least one of them in the third, if I'm not mistaken.
We did.
What happened in the second quarter that was so magical? What made the play calling outside of the turnovers, making it 27 points you scored? The only points you score in the game is in the second quarter.
I can tell you what happened, Fave.
What happened?
Coach Ty Bowles, shouts out to Coach Ty Bowles. Coach Ty Bowles went into the halftime and made adjustments. The New Orleans Saints went into the halftime and had some Gatorade. That's what happened.
I mean,
that's what happened.
Because the balance, they come out in the first, they score twice, and then they kick a field goal.
Right.
The second quarter, they still score, so they keep the scoring pace going. We went ham in the second quarter. Spencer Rattler looked exceptionally well in that second quarter. Let me tell you something. I know we're going to talk LSU the next segment. Get that kid some more reps. He'll win about 10 games for you this year.
I got one even better for you,
Talk
Fave.
to me.
Run the football and help out.
Well, here's the thing. That's why I think Taysom Hill, in addition to Eric McCoy, Ryan Ramczyk, we could go over the number of guys. Ruiz, Cesar Ruiz. You're missing so many guys up front. That is a legitimate excuse, but if you pay attention to that area in the offseason and focus on getting guys like that in, now bringing in McGovern was fine, and, you know, he got to get adjusted. I know a lot of the play callers the same.
We got lucky.
We definitely got lucky because he was about to fly out of town, out of the country,
the pond.
and we caught him right before he left. So we got lucky. He was on their practice squad. But, yeah, it's so much to unpack. We will, at our last segment tonight, we will talk Saints again. We're going to talk keys of victory to the Broncos game because according to ESPN.com's predictor, they have the Broncos having a higher chance at winning this game than we do.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And I understand why. I do see a young quarterback playing exceptionally well right now. Didn't start off great.
But he stuck with the running game, and now they have his back.
CL's saying that. He's echoing that, and he's right. The Saints have to figure out a way to scheme in the running game. I'm glad you brought it back full circle. Not having those guys we mentioned, but even not having Taysom Hill. You know, Baldy did that tape, hey, we're a left-handed team, you know.
Right.
Because they were running fine to that Fuaga side with Taysom Hill going on. I'm telling you, Taysom Hill is more than what you think. But
67%.
Yes, indeed. Hey, we have some lovely folks out here at Small Sliders. Y'all should come join us, too. 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. I'm telling you, the best snack you can have for the night, Small Sliders. We're talking Saints. We had to – look, we're going to remain optimistic about the Saints, but we had to remain positive in this show. So we're going to talk about that big-time LSU win. This past Saturday, the atmosphere was off the chain, y'all. I'm telling you, the lights, all of the lights, Kanye voice, right? Thing went dark and it just flashed and it just bought into the energy. Big time play, man. So y'all definitely stick around for that. What we do have, though,
is a jam-packed show. So we will be making our way on back to the live line right here at Small Sliders, baby. Don't go anywhere, man. It's Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans. Are you looking for wheels, but you need it at a reasonable price? Look no further. Montero Motors got you covered, baby. All of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us, we appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon Big Favorite with Inside the Trenches podcast. Do you need a quick car wash? Well, if that's a yes, you need to visit Crown Car Wash, 1336 Stumpf Boulevard, Gretna, Louisiana, on the West Bank, baby. Crown's the best. You get a spotless wash.
Welcome back, baby. It's Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite. I got my man CL Nola joining me in the building. We'll have Jared from Hash It Out Pod come talk a little high school football with us in the next hour here. Of course, gotta get to a more positive note as we promised y'all right here over at Small Sliders. And speaking of Small Sliders, y'all can come join us right now. I like to call it a snack dinner, right? Come get you something to eat. You don't want to eat nothing too heavy like a whole spread. Come get you a nice number 1, number 2 over here. You can eat it right here with us. That way you can walk it off and enjoy the show. Walk it out. Definitely. But as I told y'all, it was a much brighter time in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It was. They were calling Baton Rouge. Yeah. Hey, I'm ready. I ain't about to get the folks all bucked up because let me tell y'all something. I've played in a lot of games in Tiger Stadium throughout my days, and even more games as a broadcaster. Been working there now for 8 years.
Time sure fly.
It does. And CL, it's times like when we played Florida in 2007, epic environment, right?
Right.
It was the payback. Get on back, like James Brown versus the boys, payback, right? And we won. You know, the whole Tebow saying, y'all calling my phone, that whole deal. That was epic. Then I can even come to later years, right? More recent years for now, when
in Coach Brian Kelly's first year in LSU, baby.
Oh, wow.
In Coach Kelly's first year, Nick Saban and the big bad wolf comes on down to Baton Rouge, and you beat him.
Right.
That place went crazy. But when you look at this LSU team, where the expectations, they're not that high, right? And here's what I mean by that. You know you have a young team. We know that we're dealing with a lot of injuries. We understand who we are in terms of age, transfer portal, all of that good stuff. But when you have Ole Miss come in ranked number 9 in the country, and then Kentucky put the formula out there for you, right? They showed us 2 weeks how you could do it.
Right.
And we execute and are successful 29-26 and beat Ole Miss at home. It doesn't get any better than that, CL. It doesn't at all.
You know, we went to the purple and white game. Inside the Trenches showed up for the purple and white game throughout the spring, and we saw the renovations happening real time at LSU Stadium. And I think to a man, we all said, what would make the difference? What would be the difference in them, the old stadium and not a new stadium? I think Saturday night showed it. I think the presentation, the imagery, the lighting, obviously the band, and getting playing the songs that obviously I can't repeat on the show right now. Just plays the whole part of Death Valley on a Saturday night, and to actually beat an Ole Miss, nobody likes Lane Kiffin. I don't think Lane Kiffin likes Lane Kiffin. And so, it all played a part into it. And, for it to end like that, I believe Death Valley has held its place in Louisiana history as a place where all dreams come to die.
And that it then in the nighttime and around Halloween, it was like spooky in that for Ole Miss. Yeah, and look, they had their little pack. We have our visiting side. And they bring their people, they bring their crew out, and they were talking all that noise. Oh, yeah. Man, when them claws went down, and you started to hear Mike the Tiger roar in that Tiger Stadium, and when them lights went off, right, and you saw nothing but purple flashing, because they were about to give us 15-yard penalty for that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, they came through the announcement, LSU, if they keep throwing the armbands on the field, right, you're going to get fined 15 yards. Boy, they made that announcement. Boy, it's one thing our fans don't play with no penalty. They don't want it to be on them. Shouts out to the fans of Tiger Stadium. We didn't get that 15-yard penalty.
It ended up being on them anyway, because when they stormed that field, that was a $250,000 fine to the University of LSU.
And they probably went down there to pay that thing like Richard Pryor on Harlem Nights.
Petty.
That's going to be $200,000.
All in pennies.
Keep the change.
Right.
You got to love it. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. We live here at Small Sliders. Come join us. Have a little dinner with us. We had a couple of folks come out here and enjoy it. Look, the weather is awesome, right? We got the lights on. Look, I don't feel no mosquito bites or none of that out here. I got my Small Sliders water.
Lack of humidity.
You see what I'm saying? Well, I think
Lord, thank you.
Tomorrow, thank you, Lord. Tomorrow, I want to say it will be like 54.
No, Wednesday. I'm your meteorologist.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But
Wednesday.
So that's something to look forward to.
Wake up Wednesday is going to be in the 60s, baby. Tomorrow, we're still going to deal with a little bit of 80s. But wake up Wednesday morning, Lord say the same. You wake up Wednesday morning, you're going to be in the 60s. It's going to be crisp. It's going to be in the 50s on the North Shore, baby. Just a beautiful day in Southeast Louisiana.
Yes, indeed, man. Now, CL.
What you got?
The Russian wasn't where I had wanted it to be for LSU. But we figured out a way. So you do have to give Ole Miss credit. They played exceptionally well up front. But we only had 84 rushing yards. Moving forward in SEC play, it's going to be what's the best word? Super. I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. Super important for us to develop. Uber important. I like that. Uber important for us to develop a better running game. Now, I know Caden Durham, it kind of came out a little slow this game. He had 12 carries for 37 yards. Josh Williams, kind of the same story, 34 yards. Nussmeyer finally ran for me, but I was finally happy he took off and ran.
You know, Mr. Wilson, Frank Wilson that is so busy during the week. If I could ever get him on the phone, and I would just ask Frank, man, feed 29, feed Durham. I mean, I get the platoon backfield, but when do you remember LSU? Well, of course, we can't all remember that. But at some point in time, they ride the hot hand, and then they get off the guy. Stay with the young back, especially if he's churning out those yards. I'm a fan of Durham. I like the other guys as complimentary backs.
Right.
But I need the young man, 29, to get at least 17 rushes.
And he did have the most carries.
Right.
So he could have had like 5 more to your point.
Right.
But where we did shine, and this is where LSU shows its versatility at, Kyron Lacy, 5 receptions, 111. Aaron Anderson, 3 receptions, 81 yards. Hey, look at Josh Williams, 3 receptions, 43 yards. Mason Taylor, 43 yards, 5 receptions. Xavier, he had a couple of big plays, but he had 2 for 36. Trey Daz had that big-time touchdown. 1 catch for 12 yards, the touchdown.
I'll take it.
So, and then Durham, he was 3 for 11. So we had a total of 337 passing yards, which kind of fixed the off balance
in the run.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I totally get it. You know, and it was a back and forth game, and I totally get it. You know, you can, long as you win by hook or crook, because you know the fans were definitely looking for a win. The city of Baton Rouge was definitely looking for a win. The state of Louisiana was definitely looking for a win over the great state of Mississippi.
Ole Miss, Oxford. Now, Ciel, boy, it was about to get real. Quick story before I get to this awesome LSU's defense.
What you got?
Man, when we were walking out the press box, the Ole Miss coaches were walking out. And I was like, because we were all excited. We were still in the moment. So it's like, I'm like, whoo, boy, coach, man, that's going to be a cold flight back to Oxford. Man, it's freezing. The weather starting to look cool out here in BR right now. Mind you, like only 62 degrees. Who is cold? Boy, so I know it's going to be a flight. It get cold in Oxford. I remember them days. Man, Hunt said, man, Fave, why he was trolling the people like that? And I was just kind of speaking in general. it was crazy.
I saw you still in the moment.
Man, it was the moment, bro.
Man,
it was there.
By the grace of God, there isn't many games that I miss, right?
That's right.
And when I saw you after the game, this was one game I say, damn.
Yeah, that's the one you wanted, man. That one was serious.
And we marked that on the calendar earlier.
Yeah, Keelan was there. Keelan came.
Oh, you was there, boy?
Keelan was working with the crew and all of that, man. He was doing his thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They're going to feed you now.
Now, speaking of tearing things down, with Weeks, 18 tackles, 10 of them was solo, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss. Greg Penn, 9 total tackles. It was crazy out there on defense. They did what they had to do, CL, to put a stop to Jackson Dart.
Yeah, Mr. Weeks is actually the SEC Player of the Week with those 10 tackles.
Rightfully.
And, just an amazing game. And I think we get so caught up, obviously the touchdown at the end, the back and forth. If you go back, and that's what I pride myself on, and I'm grateful to have the time to go back and watch these games. You go back and watch the game that Mr. Weeks had, it might go down as one of the better games the linebacker has ever played at LSU.
Yes, indeed. Well, y'all make sure y'all make y'all way on down here. Join us here at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, baby. It's inside the trenches. We right here. We ain't going nowhere. We got a whole nother hour of sports talk, baby. We're going to switch gears a little bit. Let's talk a little high school football in hour 2. I'm going to have my main man, Jared, from the Hash It Out Show join us. Y'all don't go anywhere, baby. It's Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans. Hello.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamar Crescent City, Florida. If you are in need of
all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody check us out on New Orleans Talk Network. All of y'all who streams us, we appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon, Big Favorite with Inside the Trenches Podcast. Do you need a quick car wash? Well, if that's a yes, you need to visit Crown Car Wash, 1336 Stumpf Boulevard, Gretna, Louisiana, on the West Bank, baby. Crown's the best. You get a spotless wash, nice clean tires, reasonable pricing, and free vacuuming. My favorite part about Crown Car Wash, they open 24/7. That's right, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can visit Crown Car Wash on the West Bank, baby, and let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches Podcast with Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now. Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pro.
Y'all enjoyed y'all's Monday, right? Probably wasn't the best Monday because the Saints lost. And it's like, oh, man. But LSU won. Hello. So we did get some good stuff happening. But if I'm not mistaken, CL, we have ourselves a Monday night game going on here in the next maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm sure we're getting some action right about now.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And it looks like we got a special guest on a Lamar Key Crescent City hotline right now. Going to talk a little bit of Thursday Night Football, and maybe let's get a little feedback from him, see how his weekend was. My main man, Sheldon Jordan from Lamar Key Crescent City. What's happening, Sheldon?
What up, fellas? What up?
Hey.
Man, all is good, brother. We just getting ready to watch this. CL done pulled his phone out, got the Hulu TV rolling here. We about to watch this Jet game. The Jets, of course, for our listeners, the Jets take on the Buffalo Bills here on ABC at 7:15. The Bills come in 3-2. Jets are 2-3. Your thoughts, Sheldon? I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers. He's healthy so far, right? Nothing major, but he has weapons around him. He has a pretty decent defense. He's playing okay, I guess, for the most part. And then Josh Allen, he doesn't have Stephon Diggs anymore, and he's trying to figure out his way here in the AFC. What's your thoughts on this game here?
I see the line. The line's moved since yesterday from 3.5 to 1.5. So somebody believes in the Jets. I don't know that I I do. I don't believe in them at all unless somehow their interim coach can inject some sort of spirit into them. I didn't think they should have fired their coach, but, you know, it is what it is. The upper management's going to do what they want to do. So I don't see the Jets being – I think Rodgers is, you know, past his prime, of course, and on his last leg. I don't think he'll play very much longer, but he may. Maybe he'll you know, surprise some people, and especially me, and do some things. But I just don't see the Jets. I think the Bills win. I think the Bills win by more than a field goal. So that's just my take on it.
Hey, brother, how you doing? This CL. I'm definitely in agreement with you on not believing in the Jets right now. How do you feel about the Saleh firing while they're still fighting for the division and the timing of it?
Yeah, I mean, he's a defensive coach. I don't think you put it all on the defense. The defense was actually playing well. The fact that Aaron Rodgers, and this is just my opinion, you know, he just seemed like he's whining. He's going to the owner and you know, gets the guy fired, in my opinion. And I think the guy's a good coach. I mean, he'll be one of the first defensive coordinators if nobody hires him as a head coach next, you know. But I think if he doesn't get hired as a head coach, he'll be one of the first defensive coordinators hired in the all season. So I don't think he's the problem. I think Aaron Rodgers is past he's past his days, and somebody had to be the scapegoat, so he gets the guy fired.
If y'all are just tuning in to Inside the Trenches, it's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite Wright. Joining us on the line, we have Sheldon Jordan from Crescent City, Lamar Key. Y'all be sure to go check them out. If y'all looking for utility vehicles, big trucks, you know, we like to ride them big trucks around. You got to have your big truck around here in New Orleans. It's just essential with the weather and everything. Sheldon, while I'm on that subject, there are disasters going on this past fall. Of course, Hurricane Milton just came through Tampa, really messed it up for those folks, and they dealt with a little bit of this in Houston, and you know, throughout, of course, the tragedy out in North Carolina with those folks out in Asheville. Going on y'all's campus, I see a lot of those, what I call them utility vehicles, where you can load up your tool chest and, you know, hook a grapple truck and different things up. For the folks here in the New Orleans area who's probably looking to purchase maybe 10 vehicles because they got a contract to go help with the devastation down in Florida. Do y'all have any hot deals over there at Lamar Key, Crescent City?
Yeah, man, we got whatever you need. Any commercial vehicles, whether it's a flatbed, a mechanic's truck, crane truck, service body, landscaping body, box trucks, whatever it is you need, we got it. Come on and see me. My name is Shelton. Ask for me, and we'll be able to take care of you.
No doubt. Well, y'all heard him. Y'all hit him up. We'll have his contact information attached to the show. As a matter of fact, before we go off, I'll get that pulled up so they can reach out to you, Shelton, about getting one of those vehicles. That's a great deal. And, you know, for contractors out there listening, you know, be sure to hit us up here about that, and Shelton as well. I want to switch gears from the Buffalo Bills Jets game. Earlier we talked about the New Orleans Saints' game, and you know, you scored 27 points in the second quarter, and then the rest of the quarters you're scoreless. What's the official issue with this team, Sheldon? You played football in college, played at, matter of fact, Sheldon played at Notre Dame, bro.
Oh, wow.
You look at him, you think he played like D tackle. He played D tackle and tight end in high school. But, man, just your thoughts on what's going on with the Saints right now.
Steve, I never was a fan of Dennis Allen hire. I thought we should have got Doug Peterson, but I don't know. Jacksonville's not looking good either. But I think the problem, man, to me is it starts at the top. Mickey Loomis, we needed a overhaul several years ago. The whole salary cap genius thing that's played out. Every year we're in salary cap hell, and we got to, pay everybody their money just so we can sign like one mid-level free agent. And that's just played out. Like our team we're one of the older defenses. And, you know, the fact that the defense is typically what holds it together for us failed us in the second half. Like, we couldn't tackle. You know, we're not wrapping up. We're shoulder tackling. Right. It's just bad fundamentals. And to say that we used to be Tampa's big brother once upon a time, it seems like we're now the little brother. So it's very frustrating watching this team play. And, you know, Dennis Allen, I think he's playing for his job Thursday night. Whether Mickey Loomis fires him or not, I'm pretty sure until Gail Benson is the owner, she's not going to get rid of Mickey Loomis. But I think Dennis Allen could be playing for his job on Thursday night.
Well, there's not much to disagree with you about, brother. And I think the second half and the tackling, I think, speaks volumes for what happened in the game. But on a positive note, we happen to start a first-time rookie quarterback quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. And in your estimation, my brother, how did you think he did?
To be honest, man, I think the more reps he gets, the better he's going to play. He showed what he can do in that second quarter. You know, I'm sure nerves was a problem early on in the game. And then, you know, they kind of didn't make very many plays for him in the second half.
A lot of drop balls. Yeah, brother, you're right. A lot of drop balls. Tight end building didn't really show up as much as we think we need him to.
Could possibly be the future of this franchise. I do think reps are going to, you know, be a big part of it. And I'm sure Carr is going to try to get back as soon as he can so he doesn't get very many more reps. Because, you know, once upon a time, Tom Brady went in for Drew Bledsoe, and Drew Bledsoe never saw the field again. So,
correct.
Not saying he's Tom Brady, but, you know, you get out there, that defense plays the way they play, you give them a spark, and who knows, you know, you could go on a roll. But the way we're playing right now, you know, it's easy to blame the offensive line shuffle and the injuries that we got going on. But, you know, that, hey, everybody, it's a team sport, and, you know, next man up is the motto. So you got to find ways to win no matter what.
You're absolutely right on that. I mean, that's just the bottom line. He brought up the Bledsoe thing. I mean, listen, for our listeners, that was a real thing. And to Sheldon's point, it's a lot you could build off of with this kid. Look around the NFL. Look what Washington's doing. Look what Chicago's doing.
Caleb playing better.
You see what I'm saying? So Caleb is playing better. So you're looking at a cast of folks that are management, right? The folks in the front office saying, hey, we're going to take our risks. We may lose a few games. I mean, this may be a blessing in disguise to Coach Allen, right? You know, this kid rallies off a win for you see?
And Faith, this guy, if you don't remember, this guy was the number one player coming out of high school. You know, he went to Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma. He had a very good freshman year, and then Caleb Williams comes in behind him his sophomore year. He has one bad game. Caleb Williams takes his job. He never sees the field again at Oklahoma. He transfers to South Carolina and has 2 decent years at South Carolina and, you know, dropped considerably into the 5th round. But coming out of high school, you would have thought he would have been a first, second-round pick. So he's got talent. You know, I think I would hope the challenges he's had, you know, have matured him enough to, you know, that he's ready for this moment. He showed that, you know, especially in that second quarter when we did get hot, you know, he was making some nice throws. There were at least 2 or 3 throws that I saw yesterday that hit receivers in the hands and they just straight up dropped them. So, you know, you can't blame the quarterback for that.
Definitely.
He's putting the ball where it's supposed to be and making the right plays. What I did see is the offensive coordinator moving him a lot, moving the pocket a lot, getting him out on the edge, and, you know, he's able to make those throws. So,
well, thank you so much for your feedback, Sheldon.
He could possibly be our next franchise quarterback. And the way our salary cap is set up, if you can find somebody that wants to trade for Derek Carr, you make it happen because you don't have to pay that guy for another 4 to 5 years.
Well, we're up against the break real quick here, Sheldon. We're going to get out real quick here. Y'all make sure y'all check Sheldon out, Lamar Keys, Crescent City. Y'all can call him at 504-818-8888. 1818. Make sure you ask for fleet manager Sheldon Jordan. Sheldon, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Hey, y'all don't go anywhere, baby. We'll be right back. We got my main man, Jared from the Hash It Out Show. We're going to talk a little high school football. It's Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans. I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon, Big Favorite with Inside the Trenches podcast. Do you need a quick car wash? Well, if that's a yes, you need to visit Crown Car Wash, 1336 Stumpf Boulevard, Gretna, Louisiana, on the West Bank, baby. Crown's the best. You get a spotless wash, nice clean tires, reasonable pricing, and free vacuuming. My favorite part about Crown Car Wash, they open 24/7. That's right, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can visit Crown Car Wash on the West Bank, baby, and let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches podcast with Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now. Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your...
To unpack right there, but we will try to continue with the show. We want to thank Sheldon Jordan for coming on the pod to talk a little Monday Night Football with us. I think, do we have VK on the line?
Do we have somebody on the line?
Okay, we'll be getting VK here soon. So yeah, we're going to definitely thoughts and prayers out to the young person over there. Hopefully that they're okay. Looks like it was a motorcycle. Jared, to switch gears here, man. We don't mean to switch gears like that right now.
Right.
But this past weekend was another electrifying weekend.
Sure was.
In high school football. Jesuit had a big upset over St. Aug. That was very surprising
Big
to a
time.
lot of folks. But I'm not even going to do that to our listening audience. We're going to get right to it, man. What's that top 5 looking like this week across the
Top
state?
5. My top five. All right. Number 5, Central of Baton Rouge. Had a little bit of a struggle with Woodlawn of Baton Rouge, but I kept it at number 5. Number 4 is still Alexandria. Big time win over District 4, West Monroe. Number 3, still Neville. Neville with a big time win over District 4, Pineville. Number 2, Ruston. 1-point victory over District 4, Washita. So that was a tough matchup with them. And still at number 1, that is the Edna Carr Cougars. Big win over Brother Martin. So my list didn't change.
CL, man, your thoughts on that, bro? That sound about right, huh?
Sound about right for me. I always lend my thoughts and my kudos to the high school gentleman because it's amazing for him to be able to gather all this knowledge and to be able to come regurgitate it to us on a Monday night, knowing that we might be reeling from a Saints loss or celebrating a LSU win. Thank you for coming out, brother, and it's good to know that the Carr Cougars are still on top.
Most definitely, CL. Appreciate it.
Now, hold on. It looks like we might have a little controversy here. We got the other 1/3 of the Hash It Out show, VK Jones, the legendary VK Jones, on the line. VK, I just heard Jared. He got Central Baton Rouge in at 5. I see he got Carr still at number 1. I'm interested in hearing VK Jones' top 5 here off the Hash It Out show.
Going on, people, man. I appreciate y'all having me on. My top 5 goes like this. Number 5 is Baton Rouge. Central Baton Rouge is at number 5. Number 4 is Neville. Neville's continuing to be strong and everything else. Number 3 is Alexandria, and I got to apologize to Jared. I had to relook it. It's kind of the same thing as last week, you know what I'm saying? But a lot been going on with me, but I like what Alexandria is doing. They had a big-time historic win against West Monroe, their first win ever in the regular season against West Monroe.
Wow.
So they're number 3. Number 2 is Edna Carr, and number 1 is Ruston. Ruston had a huge win against Washita. Washita really trying to get themselves back in the good graces, especially in a very, very tough district. So, you know, but that's my top 5. I don't have a problem with Jared's number 1 because I understand that he knows that Carr, like pound for pound, could be probably the best all-around team in the state. I like Carr myself. I got a number 2, but you know, Ruston has been really consistent. I wish these two teams wouldn't meet each other on the field this season. I wish it could happen, but with this format, it's not. But that's my top 5.
Okay, Ruston. I know you talked about that, the victory over Washita, and you and JB was very similar with that because he was like, that's why they're 2. They had a tough nail biter. What is the difference in Edna Carr and Ruston to you? Like, is it play calling on one end? Is it athletes on the other? Like, what's the difference for you?
To me, it's definitely it's the talent and the athletes that Edna Carr has. That's plain and simple. Number 1. Number 2, we've seen Edna Carr face adversity in the year against Holy Cross and even come back and score 45 unanswered points.
Mm-hmm.
So Edna Carr, to me, talent-wise, athletically, they're just the best team in my opinion right now. And I think they can go up against anyone and beat anyone.
No doubt. VK, I'm going to toss that same question at you, vice versa. What put Ruston over Edna Carr?
I got to say, you know what I'm saying, the talent is really, you know, like Carr has really good talent and Ruston has great talent. I think it both even out with the talent-wise and everything else. But for Ruston, they played a tough schedule themselves. They had some huge wins against some out-of-state teams that are really some big-time powers. For them to come back into the district and getting a win themselves, and that's going to really help down the line in the district because Carr and Ruston are the two toughest districts in the state of Louisiana. But I just put Ruston over Carr for right now because the fact of the matter is this is the defending state champs. And Carr trying to get back to the state championship game for the first time since 2020. So it's been a while, but it could be Carr's year to finally get back and crack that code in the highest classification.
If y'all just tuning in, y'all listening to my man VK Jones, and we got JB the sports guy of the Hash It Out Show. Y'all make sure y'all check them out on Instagram. The Hash It Out Show. Tomorrow they'll do their YouTube. They're going to talk about all of this, do all the breakdowns. If you're somebody like CL's very candid the last show. He can't catch all the high school games like he used to, especially now since he's traveling with the Saints, going all out of town, all in the videos, dancing all with the yeah. If you want to check out some real high school coverage, come check out these guys right here over at Hash It Out Show. They gonna get it right. See, you had a question for my man VK.
Hey, great transition, brother. Yeah, it's actually it's a question for both of you guys. So we realize Carr is one for one of you guys. Ruston is one for one of you guys. Since we both know both of these teams are, and especially Carr, we know they're 22 deep and they have all the talent in the world. We also know that coaching plays a huge part of not only just winning a championship but being a predominant team moving forward. My question is to both of you gentlemen. Who do you feel has the better coaching staff between Ruston and Carr? That is.
Ooh, good question. I'm gonna go with Edna Carr. Both of them. Coach Ball at Ruston, Coach Bryce Brown, both good coaches. But overall, with the coaches that Coach Bryce Brown has and how they develop players and get them to the next level, which is college. I would say Coach Bryce Brown and the Edna Carr Cougars.
Okay.
All right.
For me, you know what I'm saying? It's a very good question, Dale. It's very good. I love what Coach Ball is doing. I mean, what a job he has done at Ruston. I mean, the run they've made maybe in the last 4 to 5 years to really become that team in North Louisiana. And everything else, and he has a great staff. But I got to give the edge also to Carr, and because that staff has been pretty much together since Jabarjic Luke was the head coach. They basically were together then, and all of a sudden it turned out to become what it is now. You know, and the smartest thing that Jabarjic Luke ever done was bringing in staff that was mainly Carr alumni, and all of a sudden when he left, you just knew that the Carr program was going to be in good hands, and it's just been so consistent at that time, especially with Coach Bryce Brown, Coach Howard, all these other coaches have done an unbelievable job. The development, the consistency of the program, and we're talking about on and off the field with education and community. So, but I definitely also give that edge to the Edna Carr coaching staff.
And I understand y'all, man. That's fair across. That was a really good question, CL, because these guys are friends too. Like Jared and Bryce, they played high school ball together. Right. And it's a really, they have a system in place, and the system has been in place for double-digit years. When you come into a club program, these guys don't play around with academics. These guys don't play like you're not gonna play. They don't care who you are. And we saw a little bit of Edna Carr shining. This past Saturday at LSU, and Aaron Anderson getting his chance to ball in state. So, I mean, I really do appreciate that. And that's not knocking the other staffs, but y'all know it's tough in this day and time to keep a staff together. You win, just like the NFL, you do a good job winning. Your defensive coordinator might get the head coaching job at a smaller school. He got to take it more pace, so it makes a lot of sense. Hey, y'all don't go anywhere. We got more with my man VK Jones and my man JB, the sports guy, Master JB, in the building. And see, when we come back, we're going to talk a little more high school football. Let's go around the city. We're going to look at some teams that may not be in their top 5 that might be good. Let's check out some of these games from this past weekend, some of the teams that had some big-time wins, and so much more. But we're here at 1635 Barataria Boulevard. If y'all want to come join us, come join us. Be careful. Again, I thank God that the police and all the medical folks are out here with this injury. We pray that everything is going okay over there. It's Inside the Trenches, baby, right here on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody.
Are you looking for wheels?
I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon, Big Favorite with Inside the Trenches podcast. Do you need a quick car wash? Well, if that's a yes, you need to visit Crown Car Wash, 1336 Stumpf Boulevard, Gretna, Louisiana, on the West Bank, baby. Crown's the best. You get a spotless wash, nice clean tires, reasonable pricing, and free vacuuming. My favorite part about Crown Car Wash, they open 24/7. That's right, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can visit Crown Car Wash on the West Bank, baby, and let them know you heard about them on Inside.
My man, JB, the sports guy, sticking around with us. And I think I hear my man VK still on the line. CL Nola, the associate GM with the Saints. He the one you don't never really see with them, but he making all the decisions, baby. That's right. My main man now. Once again, praise God. Well, he made this Rattler decision. I don't think he made the call decision. But
I was overthrown by the call decision.
Yeah, that was a little bit out of his pay grade on that one. CLC, I got a couple of the zeros. Hello, somebody.
Well, honestly, I had my eyes set on Shador for 25. But I do realize that the talent of Rattler in the 5th round, you just couldn't pass up. So I have no problem with the young man. But if we don't help him, just like in the first 2 games we helped Carr, I don't see how we should expect great turnouts if we don't run the football, block, tackle, the basics of football.
No doubt. Switching gears back to high school football, one of the better places in the world for it is right here in Louisiana. My man JB and VK, they talked about their top 5. I'll start with you first, JB. I asked you a similar question to this last week, like what other team you think could squeeze into your top 5. What team in your bottom, if we're going top 10, what team is in your bottom 5 that you think has a lot of potential in November, end of the month going to November, to probably make some noise?
Oh man, that's a tough one, but I'm gonna give you a good answer. University High.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, the Cubs from Baton Rouge. That's a great team. You know, you got great linebacker Keelan Moses. That's a team that can make a lot of noise into the playoffs. They're number 1 in the power rankings for Division II Select right now. 5-1, big win over Calica Baton Rouge. So the only loss is to Rummel, but that is a good team, and you could see them most likely in the dome maybe for Division II Select.
Okay, that makes sense. VK, I'm going to toss the same question to you, my brother. When you start looking at teams across the state, I know y'all do y'all top 5. What's a decent bottom 5 team for you?
I can give you 2 of them tonight. I'm gonna give you 2 of them tonight. One is Mandeville. Mandeville is undefeated. They have probably one of the best running backs in the state right now, Nate Shepard. He has been really killing it this season, and he's been playing both ways, for Mandeville, and he's really made a big impact. And this Mandeville team has a lot of experience and everything. They're undefeated. They just came off of a huge win against undefeated Covington, and they're leading their district. So Mandeville made it all the way to the semis last year, and they returned on everybody from last year. This team is capable of potentially probably getting to the Superdome with all those experienced players back. And it depends on the draw where they are. The other team I'm going to give you tonight, the Riverside Rebels. Riverside has been coming up a bit. They only got 1 loss on the season, and they bounced back after their first loss of the year. And, I mean, against St. Martin's, and probably one of the best showcases you're going to see all season long in high school football. Get this. I'm going to tell you, how you get 2 running backs that combine for over 900 yards rushing and over 12 touchdowns. You're talking Lombard from St. Martin's, who had over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns and a loss. But Dedrick Lassie is a cold-blooded killer. Dedrick Lassie, get this, guys, 548 yards rushing, 9 total touchdowns.
That's crazy. Wow. And they had Elijah Davis the year before that, huh?
Dedrick Lassie is a killer. He is a killer. And this Riverside team has a lot of experience. They got to the Dome last year, and they gave Southern Lab a big-time push going into the 4th quarter. And I tell you one thing, this Riverside team is capable of probably winning it all this year.
Right down in La Plaza area, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's correct.
Man, hold on. And I was just talking about Elijah Davis.
Yeah.
Who's now tearing it up at the UL right now?
That's right, at UL.
So they got another running back. That's crazy, CL.
And it kind of plays to the part of what PK just said. So, unfortunately, I don't get a chance to watch as much high school football. They call me the GM because I have a great eye for talent. Clearly, you guys do as well. Give me a name of a high school player, no matter if the team is winning or not. Give me a name of a high school player that I should know about because he truly is special.
Well, VK just said it. Dedrick Lastie out of Riverside. To me.
I'm sorry, is that the little short guy?
That's him.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
25, huh? 25?
You thinking about Harlem Berry?
You're thinking of Harlem Berry at St. Martin's.
Okay.
Dedrick Lastie is number 1 at Riverside. And
number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
That's him.
If Dedrick Lastie was about 5'9", I'm telling you, every big school is knocking at his door. They are offering him on the spot, but he's only about 5'4". He's about 135 pounds.
I've seen him.
But man, he has all heart. He's one of the best players in the state, and that guy there, man. He is Mr. Everything for Riverside.
Okay.
That's the guy I would tell everybody to look out and see. And we're broadcasting West St. John versus Riverside this Friday night as the Hassel Show game of the week. So you tune in, you get to see him.
Okay.
All right, man. I'm
That's
about
a
to tune
bet.
on into that
We're
one
gonna
for
check
sure.
that out. Mr. Lassie, we're looking for you, baby.
That's big time, man. Well, if y'all are just tuning in, you're listening to Inside the Trenches here on ESPN New Orleans. We have VK Jones and my man JB the Sports Guy from the Hash It Out Show. Y'all be sure to check them out on Instagram, on YouTube. Great content for high school football. As JB just mentioned, they're going to do Riverside and what you said, West St. John?
Yes.
West St. John is this weekend.
Game of the week.
That's a big-time game. So for all my high school sports lovers, be sure to check them out. I want to take it on back to the West Bank, man. I can remember a time when the West Bank was feared. I mean, you have Edna Carr. It looked like Shaw's starting to make some noise again. But it's like the West Jeffs, the John Ericks, even Higgins had a little stint with Scholar.
Mm-hmm. And the Montero Walker Chargers gave them the business a couple of years themselves.
I'm sorry about that. Old Pair I can't forget about our Orleans Parish schools.
Yes,
like
sir.
we mentioned, Carl back in the day. Yeah. Do y'all think how much of this has to do with schools turning into junior high versus just, your typical Romo, Jesuit, they're getting more West Bank or more the best players from outside?
Go ahead, VK.
Well, I gotta tell you, this has just been a process for a long, long time. That I'm like this. Something like this has been going on for a long time, and the biggest thing I feel is you have to have a great all-around program, regardless if public, private, or whatever. Because if you don't come out, like, not just the fact you doing well off the field or on the field, if you don't have a total good product, people are not coming to the school. They're not coming to the school. They're not going to play for you. They're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot going on. But East Bank is making a huge run. And I mean, you look at Riverdale that could possibly maybe win the district. East Jeff starting to come up a bit. Bonneville coming up a bit. And then also you look at Kinder Discover as well. I mean, the fact of the matter is that you got to have good all-around programs, including you have to win. I think Higgins is going to take a little time, especially with Emmanuel Powell being there. You know, he's dealt a tough hand right now. But at the same time, I think it's going to take some time. I think year 2 to year 3 probably would be different, maybe better. We got to see what happens with it. I think the same thing with the coach of West Jeff. Got to give him some time as well, you know. So that's how it's going to be. But at the same time, you got to have a great all-around program. You have to win on the field. You have to win on and off the field. If you do that, the kids will come to the school. It's just been like that for a long time. It ain't just private. It's the public. It's whatever. If your product is hot, they coming through.
You make a good point. Yes,
that's
indeed.
Just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm sorry to say it. That's just how it is right now. It's been like that for years.
Yep.
If you we got great talent in the West. Yeah, indeed. But who want to come to your school and your school's an F school? Who won't come to your school and you're not good academically? Who won't come to your school and you're good academically, but you're not winning? Everything's got to come together. Everything's got to come together in one package. If that happens, they'll come to your school.
Well, VK, man, thank you so much for your feedback, brother. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. The Hash It Out Show, man, on YouTube and Instagram. We're going to come back here in a quick second, talk a little bit more Saints, man. We're going to get this here covered up, man. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back, baby. It's Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamar Crescent City Ford. If you are in need of
I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, has some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon, Big Favorite with Inside the Trenches Podcast. Do you need a quick car wash? Well, if that's a yes, you need to visit Crown Car Wash, 1336 Stumpf Boulevard, Gretna, Louisiana, on the West Bank, baby. Crown's the best. You get a spotless wash, nice clean tires, reasonable pricing, and free vacuuming. My favorite part about Crown Car Wash, they open 24/7. That's right, 24 hours a day, 7 days.
No cook for Buffalo.
Welcome back, baby. It is Inside the Trenches. Boy, time flies by when you're having a great time, and that we are doing here at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard. I want to take this time to thank our support for the show, man. Everybody who makes this show going. I'll start with our sponsor, Small Sliders, baby. Montero Motors, 1512 North Causeway Boulevard. My man at Godwyn Realty. That's right, my man Joel, baby. Y'all make sure y'all hit Joel up, Joel at GodwynRealty.com. Yes, indeed, we appreciate him for all of his support. And I want to definitely shout out my main man, Sheldon again for joining us on the show. Definitely. Showed us mad love for checking us out on the show. And I wanted to get y'all an updated number. Y'all can actually reach out to him directly at 504-734-3579. If y'all, I know a couple people that hit me up about those fleet trucks. Y'all can hit him up and get more information. Shouts out to my man Robert Wolf in construction as well for all that they do for the show. Rob's a West Banker, man. He shows the show mad love. For sure. Definitely want to show some mad love as well to Elliott Security. Shouts out to Ian, Miss Georgia, Miss and all of Darren and all the crew over there at Elliott Security. Right now, they're actually hiring extra unarmed and armed security, right? You don't have to have experience, but there's a big event coming to New Orleans. Big event. Y'all gonna definitely hit them up at LASecurity.com. Be on the lookout, and you can let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches. Man, gotta go full circle. Gotta take it back to the New Orleans Saints. Again, very disappointing loss. Now we're at 4 losses in a row. The 2 wins that the Saints had was with a very, very bad Cowboys team, and you can look at the Carolina Panthers and say the same thing. But we still got to do keys to victory. It is a short week.
Short week.
We do have to, what they say, the 24-hour rule, so we're a little bit past that right now. So, hello, somebody. So, so CL, you can go ahead and put this one in the books behind you. But we're going to look ahead.
It's a special week. It's a special week for New Orleans, for Coach Payton, for the memory of the Super Bowl, for the Surtain family. You know, it's a special week for New Orleans, knowing that it's going to be a Thursday night. It's our only Thursday night game this week. We all know when it gets late, you know, when you give Saints, because the majority of the time we'll have a game at 12 noon, but when you give New Orleans Saints fans, you know, all the way to 7 o'clock to liquor up and get ready for a game, you know, the Dome is a lot more intimidating. But the one person that knows that is Coach Payton. And I believe Coach Payton will come in here with a plan to run the football and help out his rookie quarterback with that great defense he has. And, yes, he does have the highest paid DB in football and the best corner in football, and that's Patrick Surtain Jr. Welcome home, young man. I can't wait to see you on Thursday.
Yeah, he's one of the better cornerbacks in our league. We've seen him play at Alabama at a high level. They just paid him a boatload of money this past year. That's going to be important. Who is he going to lock up with? Who is he going to – they're going to line him up against who?
Well, I don't know. Is Olave still in concussion protocol? You know, I'm not sure even what we're going to put out on the field Sunday night. Would it be in – I'm sorry, Thursday night. Would it be in a short week? Not sure if we could get Olave out of protocol. I saw Sheed had some knee tightness, so I'm not really even sure who's going to be on the field come Thursday. But I know one thing: no one's feeling sorry for the New Orleans Saints, and Coach Payton darn sure isn't.
So here's the injury reports. We'll do Denver first. We have Alex Palzicki. Sorry, Alex, for butchering your name. He's questionable. Cornerback Riley Moss is questionable. Jaquan McMillan is questionable cornerback. Mathis is questionable. Damari Mathis is questionable. He's a cornerback. No, I'm sorry, he's on IR. Excuse me. Pat Surtain second. It's questionable. They got him listed as questionable. More than sure he's going to play, right? Cedric Wilson's questionable. More than likely going to play. All these guys. Right. Now, the only guy that the Saints have listed, and for our listeners and viewers, shouts out to the New Orleans Talk Network viewers right now, but Cedric Wilson Jr., questionable. Rashid Shaheed, questionable. Taysom Hill, questionable. Chris Olave, questionable. And then Derek Carr, doubtful, right? We know he's not playing for the next couple weeks. So
that's enough.
So
on a short week.
Yeah,
that's enough.
That's enough. But this is what I'm saying, CL. Out of all of these guys, I think we get Shaheed back. Chris might get through concussion protocol. The time frame on Taysom Hill,
brother, only if I knew. As your assistant GM to the New Orleans Saints, only if I knew what's the true time frame on Taysom. I don't know if we're downplaying it because we don't want to put him on IR and it'll be an automatic 4 games out, and we're just trying to drag along because he didn't have to have surgery, so it's more of a healing situation. We all know Taysom is a very tough guy, and if any game that he'd want to play against Coach, and I think Coach has a plan for him as well if he does play, but let's keep our fingers crossed on this short week.
Fingers, toes, and everything above cross on this show. Come on, man. Like I mentioned earlier, he is the missing link.
Oh, for sure.
That's one of the keys to victory for me. Get Taysom Hill back healthy because he is definitely.
It's someone that the defense has to respect more than Alvin, right? And even not more than Alvin, but just as much as Alvin. So when you line up and you see 41 in the backfield and you see 7 somewhere on that other side of the line of scrimmage, and you see 7 in motion, you have to pay attention to him. You have to shift to him, and that takes a couple of eyes off of Alvin, which helps Alvin have a better game. So realize this is always a team game, and I know, it's popular and it's funny and it's bandwagony to get on Carr and talk bad about Carr. This is a team sport. We need everybody to do their job for us to be successful. If one person misses their block, the run doesn't go the way it's supposed to go. So with that being said, Taysom is key on coming back. I would love to see Olave and Sheed play, but Taysom is truly the key in this Thursday's game.
He is, and look, I do give credit to Foster Moreau. I give credit to Juwan Johnson. They are our big target receivers for whatever that may mean for us. Also keys to victory. when you go against a team like Denver, a guy like Coach Payton who's very familiar with your approach and how things are going to go down,
Right.
it's going to be important with a young quarterback in that dome to get after him.
Faith, I've watched Coach Payton in a Denver Broncos game. We actually played the Denver Broncos in Denver. I watched Coach Payton hand the football off 50 times just because they didn't have a quarterback and we weren't going to turn over the ball and give them a chance. I would not be surprised to see Samaje Perine get 25, 28 carries with another sparing back maybe getting 5, 6. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Payton runs the ball 50 times against us on Thursday.
He is. He's going to run the ball. He's going to try because he knows this team. That's the thing.
Right.
He knows.
Play to their strength.
He's going to play into their strength. And right now at that wide receiver position, Shaheed has to deal where he stretches the field.
Right.
Right. So that's like our go-to play.
If he play.
If he plays, which they're saying he's questionable. We'll see. But my whole thing is, I mean, I'm looking at this schedule, right? I'm looking at the same schedule right now and how, you know, things may be a bit hard for them to squeeze out some wins. I'm going to be very optimistic. I do believe with Spencer Rattler, he could potentially rattle off, no pun intended, right, at least 8 wins.
Funny guy.
You could beat Cleveland. You could beat Atlanta again. You could beat you could beat Atlanta the second time. You could beat the Panthers. I'm just not sure about the Chargers. You could pay back Green Bay, the Raiders. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
We're going to cross our fingers, baby. It's Inside the Trenches. Your host, Marlon, Big Favorite, right? Bless them boys. Hey, we're going to keep this thing rolling. We'll be back same time, same place, right here at Small Sliders. Next Monday, baby, 6 o'clock. We'll see y'all then. It's Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans, baby. Hello. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Make Hollywood Casino Gulf Coast your game day headquarters this football season. Watch all the best games on their giant screen TVs, plus tackle the area's best game day food and beverages. Penn Play football fans, sign up for the free Cover 5 app today and make your picks for a chance to win up to $500 in Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/Cover5 to start playing. Score big this football season at Hollywood Casino Gulf Coast and Penn Play. Must be 21.
Is looking right in those jeans. You're moving it fast, shaped like an hourglass. Conversation heavy, loud and clear. The vibe is right, dancing through the night. Catch a flight in the AM. Girl, what is you saying? Like, where is you staying?